So we're live. And they're kicking. Get my phone set up so I can see people trapped to me.
Level 5. Level 1.
Alright, so we're gonna play Speedboat and we'll see how we go from there. Countdown begins. Where's Speedboat at? Speedboat is a beginner game. So this is like a time-based one. This is the clearest path as far as nothing in our way except for potentially those things. Can't shoot, can't really do anything.
Level complete. Level 2.
So if nothing crosses our path, we got it. So maybe the game, kind of like slalom, breaks. The only issue with slalom, the obstacles are a permanent position where these characters move around in this game.
Level 3.
Break, I would need these characters not to exist. Like this. Smooth sailing. I mean, it's at a manageable speed to dodge it, so now we start after this. I mean, even this is ridiculous, kind of. And even the white stuff off the back of my boat, that is part of my hitbox. That's
4.
I don't remember if my distance still tracks or not after I die, or if you have to go the whole way.
Level 4.
be alone. 11 more hours. It definitely feels like we have to start over each level, so lives don't really matter in regards to making later levels easier. It's just another attempt at starting over and trying to get through the whole thing without dying.
Complete. Level 5.
And I should have forewarned you, I doubt I'm probably going to be streaming that long. I don't have the energy in me, but we'll see. And then this screen going this fast definitely doesn't help the process. This is more straining my eyes. Level 5.
Level 1.
I just love how this is a beginner game. It just makes zero sense.
Level complete.
I like a level like that. I like it like that. No enemies barely. I like it like that.
Level 2.
I don't like dying on level 2. Regardless of how
Level
lucky this game
1.
is, I'm not dying on level 2. Maybe we'll pass level 1 without touching the controller. Oh, I got nervous. I had to touch the controller.
Level complete. Level 2.
Level 1 done.
Level complete. Level 3.
I need to find another like kind of safe spot. Like, I know this is safe, and then this, and there's a rock here, and if I get back to the left, it's safe. So here, rock, and then left could be a safe spot. Because this isn't going to be functional the whole time around, and I need to make some sort of option work. I need to be able to go, oh god, I don't want to go that far over. Danger, danger, Will Robinson, danger.
Level complete.
We're in Speedboat World,
Level 4.
or should I say Water World. 9 levels of dodging speedboats and their water trails, plus little fisherman boats. Don't understand why fisherman boats are going to be on this lake, because if there's lots of speedboats, all the fish are going to be scared away. They should use their brain. Alright, it's already too late for me. Can't even think straight.
Level 5.
I can't pronounce the word that I'm speaking to you. Team Zophar is losing its mind. Ooh. Since when do fishermen try to go after speedboats? I felt like that fisherman was after me. Oh my gosh, I went into the fisherman. I was hunting them down. Kind of like in real life when I see someone. You can get 100 bonus points if you run them over. GTA style. Nope. I run slipping away. We were doing fantastic. And now everything on level 5, everything's falling apart. Yep. That was a lesson learned. Let's see if we can handle it.
Level 1.
The Love Boat. The Love Boat. Where you beat 51 games and you play and you dodge a main. I don't even know what I'm saying. It's the speedboat. It's going super slow on level 1. Look at me dodge fishermen. And green speedboats are cray cray. On the speedboat, I don't think I can beat this game. We're gonna play 11 hours and 45 minutes. And then we're gonna say I'm insane. But then after that, all we have left is Sidewinder for another 10 hours. And then it's Mind's Eye, which we've already played 9 hours and 45 minutes. So that should be a 2 more hours of Minesweeper. And then we will move on to Dark Sign. Dark Sign, there is no time limit. Dark Sign. What's up, Sabriel? Yeah, I've gone a little insane. I know I have to just buckle down and just finish this off because I've been on this for way too long. I need to play bigger and better games and move on with my Sega Genesis challenge. Not to mention there's a couple Switch games coming out that I want to stream. But I really don't feel like streaming anything else until I got this off of my plate. Oh my gosh. How have you been doing? Did you catch the end of Sharpie's marathon? Did he make it through all the outruns or no?
Level 3.
That's the one thing that sucks about working is when I close, I miss his Monday streams, and I typically close every Monday because he streams like a short period of time, but I'm not even sure if he streamed today. because I know he had his marathon, so he probably streamed all the way through the night and then went to sleep when he woke up.
Level 1.
And I'm sure the best thing about him playing Outrun was every game is somewhat similar. So once he got his bearings right, he was probably whooping them all up. The only ones I saw were the Master System one and then the Mega Drive version of the game, Turbo Outrun.
Level complete. Level.
I wish there was a way to reach these developers for these games, because it infuriates me to invest all this time into this game and then to have a couple games that are unrealistically beat, like you can't beat them realistically. It's such a sham. Dauntless is ridiculous. I'm sure if I ran it 100, like for 100 hours, eventually I would get one run to beat it. But I mean that's an insane amount of time to invest in an Action 52 individual game.
Level complete.
Woo!
Level.
I thought I almost put myself into a little trap there. But the level ended, so it didn't matter. No harm, no foul.
Level complete. Level 5.
Here's the level that took everything away from us last time. See if we can bounce back. Give us a little luck.
Level.
Come on. Tried to dodge the one on the left and it pushed me into the bad spot on the right. I love these segments without any enemies. I don't know what's causing it, but we'll take it.
Level.
Especially, whoa, since this level is taking forever. We had to be near the end there. Now it's starting to make me think, since we're taking forever, it counts how many enemies you pass is how far you've made it on the level, and not. Oh, when you go back, it slows down the speed a little bit.
Level complete. Level 6.
Okay. Level 6 is definitely the furthest we've made it, I think. I know tonight it is, but overall it might be as well.
Level
Damn it,
6.
Jamal. I should have just went to the right and stayed with my gut. What's up, Basic? Wait a second. What do you mean I'm only missing 15 games in the Sega Genesis? Are you sure? Pretty sure I'm missing a lot more games in the Sega Genesis. Wow, we almost crashed it. Whoa.
Level complete.
Yay. So now we're... Oh, so my Amazon wish list. What I was doing was, since I'm doing it in A to Z order, I was trying to only put like what I needed for A's, and then what I needed for B's, and then what I needed for C's, because I kind of wanted to just get the stuff that I needed for what I was playing. But then I think a couple games I put on there, I don't know why I just put it on there, I just did. So I've been really bad at updating stuff, so I need to look at that over again and see and make sure everything's right. But yeah, I need way more than 15 games. I was like, dang, I must be someone, I don't know how, 15. And then some of the games that I possibly need, Amazon probably doesn't have either. But yeah, after I make it out of the A games, I've been an A forever. I've been kind of stagnant with doing updates and such, and that's probably
Level
why.
7.
So I'm thinking I probably have like the Gargoyles game up there. I think the reason I have like some of those games up there is because they're recommended, and I was like, oh yeah, I don't have it.
Level 1.
What's up, Happy Slappy Man? How'd your packing go? Yeah, we're on Speedboat now, another game that's probably unbeatable. But this one, I could see potential in beating it. So yeah, we're gonna play out that 11 hours and 45 minutes of Speedboat. Try to at least get an hour in tonight. I was aiming for more, but I don't know. Between being tired and between looking at this blue water and these logs roll down the screen, it's not too amusing.
Level 2.
Basic, you can always use an emulator. But yeah, the time-consuming thing, no matter what you do, is there's no way really around it unless you kind of ignore certain games, like maybe sports games. So if there's like NBA Live, all you have to do is beat one NBA Live or something like that. But yeah, you can use an emulator. The main reason I'm doing the try to own everything is I've been collecting games. One of my favorite hobbies was collecting games for the longest time, and I have a vast collection, but I don't own one system's complete collection. So I figured, you know what? I'll do my Sega Genesis A to Z, and then by the time I finish A to Z, I'll own every single Sega Genesis game. So I kill two birds with one stone, and then by going from A to Z, it's allowing me to purchase games at a slower pace.
Level 3.
Oh, we're resetting. Although A was kind of rough because there were some expensive games I didn't have, like Aerobiz, and then Aerobiz Supersonic, this Action 52. So I hope the games I need in B aren't too expensive. Oh my gosh, they're selling crazily. Yeah, Narblast, what's up, sir? So the asterisks came into play with what game? Well, we were playing Dauntless, so we had to go to the time limit that I imposed, in the sense of whatever game I beat, whatever took the longest time, is the time that I'm going to play all the other games that are supposedly unbeatable. And Dauntless, we reached that time limit, so we counted that as a beat because we played so long. And the game, in order for me to beat Dauntless, it would require extreme amount of luck. All the stars would have to align, and I'd have to play a perfect game, and it's just not worth it. I figure it would probably take me 100 hours to just have that happen to me. Now, the next game that I did that for was Starball, the pinball game. Now, as we started playing it last night, if you watch that game and you watch the VOD, you can watch the very end of the VOD from last night. The ball just phases through the flippers. I don't need to play that game the 11 hours and 45 minutes to realize that that game is not beatable. Like, no one can beat that without cheat states. Now, if someone was to beat, like said Dauntless, without using any cheat states, straight through, and I could see video evidence and proof of it for Sega Genesis, then I would revisit this game and I'll do it. However long it takes me to do it, I'll do it. But until I can see video evidence that it's beatable, then I'm not going to do it. So with Speedboat, it's going to be the same thing. If we get to the 11 hours and 45 minute mark, we'll deem it unbeatable, and we'll move on. And then all we have left is Sidewinder and Mind's Eye. But Mind's Eye, we only have 2 hours left of it to get to the 11:45, and then Sidewinder we have like 10 hours. Now I have watched video of Sidewinder, and I almost want to say it's unbeatable, but I still want to try it myself, because there might be like some sort of way to dodge missiles that person didn't figure out. So I'm still gonna try my darndest to do it, even though it's ridiculous, because the later levels are just non-stop missiles shooting at you. It's almost like you don't even have time. You can just keep dodging missiles. You don't even have time to hit the enemies. So games that really can't be beaten, it depends on the game, but like for the Sega Genesis, there was the game that had asteroids and centipede on it, and what I did was I set a score goal, and then I decided that that would be the goal that I beat. Now, say for instance I play that same game in a different challenge, or in my impossible challenge, I'll set a higher goal for me, just to make it more challenging, since I've practiced the game and have some experience with it. But yeah, that's how I would do it. I'm not going to do any like kill screens like for Pac-Man. I'm not going to invest time in that. Although I might superimpose some sort of challenge where initially I'll set a score goal, but then I'll play for a certain amount of time trying to get the kill screen. Because it would be awesome to do that. Like for Donkey Kong, just watching King of Kong, I think it would just be cool to have that achievement under my belt. I mean, realistically, I know that's never going to happen, but it would be awesome. If I'm playing a game, I might as well try. But yeah, just those games would be, for myself, it's going to be a score goal. There's a Donkey Kong kill screen coming up. Well, if I was playing on legit hardware, I couldn't pause it, right? I was about to say I'd pause it so everyone can come in. Yep, but there's nothing wrong with setting a goal at 20 points. I'm sure there's some streamers that at the beginning of the game where you could just press credits. And they press credits and they count that as a beat. You know, King of Kong is probably one of the best movies I've ever seen. And then sometimes I agree with the leaderboard. Is get the top score on the leaderboard, but it's got to be a challenge. So sometimes the top score on the leaderboard it's not even a challenge. Like Robotron top score on the leaderboard, I was unable to get on, at least on the 360. So that would be like a great challenge for me to beat, to consider the game beaten. See, like the boats, that boat homed in on me. Then it turned out he really was. See, and that's the one thing about like technology now. You can't hide anything. I remember when I was in grade school, kids would say, I did this, I did that, but there's no way to prove that they did it or didn't, so you just had to take them for their word. And then you have a group of people that control the world records, and they're the head of it, and no one else can say anything about it, and then the organization starts growing, and things are put into place to make sure there's no cheaters, but you can't take back what you've already done. That's why, like, when you're trying to achieve something, you're trying to do it, first and foremost, you do it for yourself. Because if you're doing it for yourself, there's no reason to cheat or to skew things in your favor, because you're doing it for yourself. And if you're cheating yourself, then you're already a loser. Look at how many boats there are. It's the first level. Without getting hit. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. If you're gonna cheat, you're cheating for others' recognition. So, for me to beat all the Sega Genesis games, I really want to beat all the Sega Genesis games for myself. And streaming gives me a way to prove that I did it. And if I cheat or change the rules, I'm only cheating myself. That's why I'm trying to go by the VGF standards. But in some regards, VGF standards might be a little bit difficult for a solo challenge, especially since VGF you can team up with the games and work together on them. Where in this, it's all me.
Level complete. Level. Three.
Ah! Crash. I die. I suck. No, but I would really love, like, I wish I could have beat Dauntless and under the time limit that I did, because it would be so awesome if I was able to beat Action 52, but actually beat all the games on it, not have 6 of them that I couldn't beat. except by making a time limit. But even then, I still feel like that what I did do and accomplished on this game was quite the feat. I feel like it is probably in my once I knock this out, it'll be in my top 10 accomplishments of anything video games. It really is. This is Action 52 is no joke. I think even playing Action 52 for over 100 hours is a feat in itself. But to actually get through so many of these games, and not use cheat states, because the one person I did see play Action 52 on YouTube, he was using cheat states all over the place.
Level 5.
I did not do last year with the Mario Kart. We went on vacation, so, and I knew in advance, and there was no way my wife would have killed me, or I might have been something that there was no way I was going to be able to compete. So I didn't even bother practicing. But the previous time that they had it, I did attempt, and I had a bad layout for my Dr. Mario, which was basically 100% of the run. But what frustrated me was they changed the rules midday, saying that you could try as many times as you wanted when they told me it was only one. And by the time I found out, I had already started driving home 3.5 hours home, and I wasn't going to turn back 3.5 hours back just to keep trying. I wish they would have said that earlier, and then I would have got right back in line and waited to try again, because I know I could have done way better than what I did. Kind of pissed me off, but it is what it is. Ah. I don't want to play Force 1 again. No, I don't. I mean, tournament qualifiers and having to travel for them really sucks, because you're traveling just to qualify for a tournament. If I could just go to the tournament and compete, it would be a different thing. I wouldn't mind traveling so much. When I had to drive nearly 7 hours there on very little sleep and compete to qualify and get one try and have to go all the way back, that is not optimal conditions for anything. I wish they had some sort of way that you could have competed online, especially since it was just a score challenge. You had... See, I understand why they didn't want to do that, but maybe you can try it 5 times online and then that's it. So like you say, is this your real try? Yes, and you can only do 5 of them, and after that you're done. But I'm sure someone would try to find a way around and just cheat and whatever else, because people always cheat. But tournaments and the way they are, that's the nature of the beast, and you just gotta,
Complete.
if you want to compete, you gotta live by their rules, right? Yep, that '08 was the year for the $10,000 portion. And I hate myself in a sense because we knew about it, but we just figured our mindset was no one was going to practice all those games. So we'll just practice a few of them and get good at that, and everything else will be okay. So like GoldenEye, we didn't really practice. Didn't practice Halo because they're like, oh, we're already decent at Halo.
Level.
We definitely didn't practice the Wii boxing. You're like, that's all luck. I didn't have time to really practice Mutant League Football. I think the game I practiced the most was Killer Instinct, because it had been such a long time since I really played it, and I felt like it was one of my best shots to get major points. Practice Mario and the Lost Levels. Hydro Thunder I practiced a lot too. Oh my gosh, I just crashed. And I was so pissed off at the Hydro Thunder. I was going through the little tunnel for the boost of speed, and I hit something, and it totally derailed my whole run. Yeah. That's funny. I had my reality check when I went to my first MLG. We went there for Soul Calibur, but we thought we were decent at Halo, and they had stations open where people were warming up for the Halo tournament. So we sat down and played Halo with them. In between, we ended up losing with negative kills. I think we lost 50 to like -3, and I was the only one to get a kill on them. And then I realized we aren't very good. At that time, I was like, oh my god, there's such a skill gap. This is insanity.
Level 6.
And Soul Calibur wasn't as bad, but we were able to compete, but the top players were just that much way better than us still. At least at the early tournaments.
Level 6.
But once we knew like what the skill level was, it gave us something to aim for. Because we were just that dominant against all of our friends. We didn't realize there would be someone that would be at another notch above us. And you kind of need that, because if you don't know, they're not going to push any harder. Oh my gosh, dude. I hate this game. GoldenEye, GoldenEye, GoldenEye. GoldenEye was the time that Chris Gold threw a controller and broke it. And Admiral Pancake.
Level 1.
But it was a learning experience, right? I mean, you have to see that. Like, if you don't experience that, then you're never going to get better.
Level complete.
Everyone needs a reality check.
Level 2.
Basic, have you competed in anything since Iron Man? Like, have you gone to any other tournaments?
Level complete. Level 3.
Oh, nice. I just so wish they brought Iron Man and gaming back. Because I love competing. But I like to compete in multiple games.
Level
Damn it.
3.
I just enjoy that. It's more enjoyable to practice multiple games. I actually, to tell you the truth, I had a blast. There was this thing called the Mega 16, which was a race on 16 Mega Drive / Sega Genesis games. And you just kind of stream it, and you go through it. There's different objectives for each game. I enjoyed practicing for that. I was kind of hesitant at first, like, do I really want to practice for this and put time into it? But after I did the event, I'm like, dude, I wish I put more time into it, because I had a blast doing it. I'm gonna definitely, when they announce the next one, I'm definitely doing it for sure, 100%.
Level.
You're still working on Vectorman, haha. Yeah, I mean, there's so many different ways they could have gone with the Iron Man gaming tournament. It's just, if they wanted to make a spectacle, then they needed to follow everyone. And I felt like they should have been streaming the event. I don't understand why they didn't have it. Like, one station could have, just to keep it simple, one station could have been the stream station.
Level 4.
And if people are, just to prevent people from coming in and playing the game that they're good at, just, oh, I want to do this, I want to compete just because I'm good at this game, they had to make the entry prize like $50+ to make sure that everyone that's entering is serious about it. I mean, I think that's really the only way, because that really throws, that alone throws everything off kilter, especially on day 2. When you have someone that just joined day 2 just to play Mortal Kombat, because that's what they're good at, but they don't care about any other game, and they don't show up for any of the other games. Yeah, dude. That Halo, well, it wasn't free-for-all actually in the one that happened to me, but in when it was head-to-head in Halo, I didn't play you in Halo, did I? Where I got propelled up to the top of the stage through an explosion, and I had my shield, and I was just up there, and I just won because I could just pick the person off, and they couldn't hit me.
Level 1.
I think the hammer dropped down and somehow it just pushed me to the top of the stage. It was epic. Yeah, I don't think a lot of thought went into some of the decisions. I felt like they picked games that they liked, but they didn't really think about the best way to utilize those games. And the obvious choice to really convey that message is Mega Man, the first Mega Man game. I mean, there was too many different ways to exploit it, and I don't know. I mean, if I was gonna do the Mega Man, I would have had like a timed run. Who can get through level? Pick one of the levels, and who can get through it the fastest. Since the points were random in such a lot of the occurrences, that would have been a better way to just do that.
Level 3. Level
Oh, come on, dude. Stupid speedboat. DSP. But the problem now for me would be finding time to practice, realistically practice with the baby and the wife. Before the struggle was, do I really want to practice? And now I would actually want to practice, but I don't know if I have the time.
level
Raise a kid to win Iron Man 20.
4.
Yeah, see, like if someone recorded that match, that was awesome. That was one of the best matches of any Iron Man
Level 4.
competition. That's the one thing about Triple Topper. If he was there, every single match would have been recorded. The event might have taken 2 weeks, but he would have recorded all the matches and single player runs. Uploaded it onto the website so people could check out each person's run. And that's how you could have built the Iron Man the gaming community stronger, is if you actually
Level
had like stuff on the website dedicated to the Iron Man and gaming people where they could come back to and they could watch the different runs, watch the different techniques people use, because some people we don't know and they competed and they did stuff and we'd like to see how they did. Or some people might have lied, like, oh, I did this or I did that. Like a Chris Gold, you can actually go and see how bad he sucked at it. Oh, the game was broken, it cheated. But then he just died on the first boss 100 times.
Level 1.
No. I definitely think, I mean, it wasn't the primary objective for them, but they still cared about it, because they got some cool mystery games. So that was a lot of legwork just to make that stuff happen. So I think they really cared about it. It just wasn't the primary thing. It was still big to them. But one of the issues they had with it was whoever ran it was kind of detached from
Level 2.
SGC, so they didn't even get to be involved with it. And then all the participants were kind of in the same boat. Like, well, if you're going to participate in Iron Man of Gaming, you can't really be involved with SGC. Where for me, I was okay with that because I just literally came down there for the tournament. But there's other people that really legitimately wanted to be part of SGC and go to the panels and stuff like that. I've never really been a panel person. I'm like, I sat through too many classes in school to go to like a convention and have to sit through a panel.
Level 3.
I mean, basically what I did was I did Iron Man of Gaming, and then I was in the game room that they had and tried to do like the tournaments that they had at those things. And then when I went out,
Level complete. Level 4.
I vaguely remember that in our blast. It was on the Screw Attack website, right?
Level 4.
Damn it.
Level 4.
Yeah. I mean, people need to calm down. Did he even compete in the event, or was he just someone that was watching it?
Level 4.
I was already past the boat and I still died from it. I'm just gonna mark another attempt. Not even worth wasting time. Oh, that's funny. Well, Speedboat in particular, I've only played for 2 hours. But Action 52, 117 hours. And as you can tell, Speedboat is basically pure luck. So I'm probably not going to beat Speedboat. I'm going to have to play for 11 hours and 45 minutes. And then deem it unbeatable. So now it's just a process of letting the timer run. But by some oddball chance, I get extremely lucky. That's why the up in the upper right where you see, is it 46 or it's 47 out of 51, there's an asterisk because there's 2 games that I did not beat. One of them I had the time limit run out, and the other one, it was legit impossible. I don't know how you can make a pinball game where the pinball goes through the actual flipper. Like, I don't know if it jumps over the flipper or whatever, but it does not. It just goes right through the flipper. It's ridiculous. Like, I want to write a note to the developer right now and talk to them about it.
Level complete. Level 3.
I think I remember Mark never played Mario Brothers before. Because he didn't go down to the warp or the pipe to get the coins. And then Josh dying in DuckTales. Josh had so many epic moments on stage, but they were all epic failures.
Level complete. Level 4.
See, Basic, you never had anyone to practice with at home, did you? I always had, well, I shouldn't say I always had a practice partner, but later on I had a practice partner in Josh. So we would practice and we kind of push each other to do better. And then even in the early ones I had a practice partner, Scott went with me. Although the first one I didn't have a practice partner, I went on my own.
Level 5.
When it was at the, was it CPS or something? CPL?
Level
Oh, come on.
5.
Yeah, I remember Harmonic Tunes and this Shovel Knight Strategies. Hey, but even if it's not the right way, sometimes it opens your mind to a different way. But to be honest, like, as the years went on and it was evident that they were not going to put up any prize money, I didn't take it as seriously as I took it before. As far as when practicing came into play. I still practiced because I wanted to try to win, but I was like, well, I'm going to win and they're going to take my belt away. Even if they had $1,000 prize, I would have been up in there grinding a little bit better, because it would be nice to be like, look, hey babe, I just brought $1,000 home. Yep, see, he took his moves.
Level 6.
Now that's hardcore. Like, I gotta win this tournament so I can stay at my house. When you make it big, Narblast, you can, in your, what is that called? Your documentary, you can tell the story about how if you didn't win this tournament, you weren't gonna be able to pay your rent. And the funny thing is this tournament didn't even have prize money. It just had game systems or something else.
Level 1.
Your memoir. Boosting. Dude, nowadays, man, people are so, like, frivolous with the money, especially when they're buying digital content. I can't believe people are spending so much money on freaking dances on Fortnite. They spend more money on their digital wardrobe than they spend on their real life wardrobe. These little kids have no concept of money.
Level complete. Level 2.
Shit, you probably had to do so much work to even sell that stuff.
Level complete.
And there goes the cheating. Like, what's the point of that?
Level 3.
You could say, yeah, I'm in a Diamond League, but you know full well that you're not a Diamond League player. You had someone else get you there. So what do? Get them to Diamond League and they just don't play? It's like, hey, look at this. I'm Diamond League. A picture for Instagram. I paid $300 for this.
Level.
Oh, man.
Three.
Dodge the shits. Green boats and ham. Green boats and ham. If I wiggle my boat, maybe the enemies won't come.
Level complete.
Look at that
Level
magic.
4.
Oh, so you got them borders and skins. Alright. I just remember back in the day when Halo was fun,
Level 4.
is when they had the ranking system that it wasn't the Call of Duty ranking system where you just play matches and you rank up. It was actually you had to rank up. And I remember at work, I couldn't wait to get home to try to get myself up the rankings and team doubles,
Level 4.
free for all, teams. Like I wanted to get 50s and all that stuff. That was exciting. But once I did away with that, I kind of like that was one of the big detractors for me in the later Halos is they didn't have the 50 ranking scale. I loved that.
Level 1.
It gave me something to strive for every time when I played it. And then my wife doesn't like playing Halo anymore because we can't play split screen. We used to always play online together from the same system. She doesn't want to be in different rooms. So we kind of never really played Halo 5. I think the downfall started with Halo Master Chief Collection, how the disaster that was.
Level 2.
Street Fighter 5 is a good game. I can't wait for Soul Calibur 6. Soul Calibur 6 is life. You guys should play and go to EVO.
Level complete. Level 3.
So I love Soul Calibur. I'm gonna put some time into that game. Oh, nice. What did you play in Evo? Or did you just go to watch? See, I've never gone to Evo yet.
Level complete.
Come on, I would say, make up your mind, Green.
Level 4.
Hey, as long as you don't go the big goose egg. It's a good event. Especially when you're competing against so many people, you just never know who you have to go up against. Yeah, I was playing Street Fighter V the other day. We were at a cookout at our friend's house, and he has Street Fighter Arcade, so I played all the new characters that they added in the arcade. He didn't unlock the, like, Blanca. I was even fast enough to dodge it. And whatever else came in that set, but I got to play the 6 other new people. I guarantee you, like, if they had all that stuff out when the game came out, it would have been perceived differently.
Level 5.
I'm getting sick and tired of patches. Back in the day, there were no patches. You just had to learn. You had to adapt. You couldn't sit there and complain about something being unfair. I guess back in the day, they actually tested games before they released them.
Level
They didn't just
5.
put them out for money. Actually, we're gonna die here.
Marvel 3, Street Fighter 5.
And the thing is, though, like, money
Level
talks.
1.
So if people are buying all this stuff, then to them, it doesn't matter if the game's good or not. They look at the numbers. That's what tells them. Oh, this made more than Street Fighter 4, so obviously something's good about it. And it's like the
Level complete.
Monster Hunter World to them is probably
Level
the best
2.
Monster Hunter game because it sold the most. But in actuality, it's not. It's probably not. If they would have released the other Monster Hunters on consoles back in the day instead of just in Japan, they would have sold way more than they've sold before, too. I don't want to take anything away from Monster Hunter World because it's an excellent game. But your decisions where to make games on what system and market it cost your game sales because you didn't believe that
Level 3.
a certain market wanted your game. crossplay in fighters is okay. But shooters, I don't know. But even if I played on a computer, I would probably still want a controller. I guess I could, with my left hand, I could use the keyboard, and then if I had a Wii remote for my aiming, that would probably be the optimal form for me to aim with. I feel more comfortable with the controller aiming at least, but the keyboard will give me more options as far as
Level 4.
movements and shortcuts. Well, it looks like I'm starting to burn out. No, get it right. Right-handed. Right-handed. It's ambidextrous joystick, and the best way to play is right-handed because that's your strong hand. So why are we reduced to playing with our left hand when our strong hand is our right hand? And that is the premise that went into building the triple topper stick.
Level 4.
Why play with your weak hand? Weak hand when you can use your strong hand. Yeah, my issue with the keyboard and mouse thing is I'm just so used to using a controller that it would take me time to learn to use the mouse.
Level 1.
But yeah, if I had a Wii remote for my right hand, I could easily aim, and then I could use the keyboard for my movements and shortcuts and presses and stuff like that. I'm sure it would take me like a month or two to get used to the mouse. Maybe when they add the functionality for Xbox One, I might dabble with it. Actually, if they add that, I would probably play Halo Wars. I played it on the 360, but I never played the new one for Xbox One.
Level 2.
Why don't you tell Narblast, why don't you tell Triple Topper that? You can blow his mind with that rationale. But then he'll tell you the unique movements that you have to do are harder to do with your weak hand, where your strong hand is more capable of moving the joystick in the way that you need to do consistently. Where your offhand can't do that.
Level complete.
So you're well versed with all the different control types.
Level 3.
I mean, if you type on a keyboard all the time, Narblast, then it shouldn't be an issue using your left hand to do button presses. It might feel weird at first, but once you get used to it, you might like it. And if you like it and you start winning some tournaments, whatever the stick is called can take over the world.
Level complete. Level 4.
And that's the one issue for me with becoming great at one game is the amount of time you have to dedicate. You truly have to love that game. and it has to be worth your while. But yeah, I'm glad you found that burning passion to compete, because I've always had that passion to compete. I just want to find a place where I can use my passion to compete and enjoy it in the same step. And Iron Man was that for me. I was able to compete and enjoy it. Whereas if I did MLG or something on that caliber, on any majority of those games, it's more work and less fun and not enjoyable.
Level 5.
Or you gotta work with the team, and working with the team is not always the best. I mean, the closest game that I love is Soul Calibur, so hopefully the Soul Calibur 6, I like it, and I compete and go to MLG, or MLG, if they have MLG Columbus, I'll go to that too, but go to EVO and do well.
Level complete.
Towards the end of the lifespan, when all the good players fell off the map and you were left playing triple topper. Oh, come on, dude. I guess I deserve that after that comment I made. Team triple topper!
Level 6.
I'm having all sorts of bad luck right now. Wow.
Level 4.
I wonder if after Street Fighter V, Capcom will take a slice out of Nintendo's book and make Street Fighter Ultimate. And Street Fighter Ultimate will have every single fighter from every Street Fighter game in it. So they don't have to actually make Street Fighter 6. Playing every character certainly makes stuff fun and enjoyable. I feel like it might be time for me to go to sleep. I don't know though.
Level 1.
I think that's probably the smart room because I'm getting tired. I at least stream for an hour. Yeah, I know I need to get out of the A's, and I really wanted to do it before Octopath Traveler. But even if I stream till like 4 o'clock, I'm only putting 2 more hours in it. But if I, maybe when my son takes a nap tomorrow, I can get a little bit more into it. Maybe if I wake up at like 6 o'clock, I can stream a little bit. I mean, that's always a possibility. Because when I wake up, I'm a lot more refreshed than I am at nighttime. Yeah, once I get out Action 52, I'll probably love it. Love games again. Love the Genesis. Love the Sega Genesis again. I don't even want to see that pinball game. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it quits. So let me stop the timers here. Yeah, I did the demo a little bit. I am so ecstatic for that game. I'm gonna use my power points, get the game for free. Oh my gosh, I'm definitely gonna stream that. So I wanted to finish Action 52 before I streamed it, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to resist. Like, I'm gonna get the game Friday, and then it's gonna be like, should I play this or Action 52? Who in the right mind could play Action 52 when they got Project Octopath Traveler or Octopath Traveler sitting in their house? Someone totally demented to play Action 52. But alright guys, I appreciate everyone stopping in. Basic, Narblast, Happy Slappy, everyone else that came in. I appreciate the love and support. I'll definitely be back Tuesday night, probably around midnight, same time, for some more Action 52 action. I probably might stream. Wait, tonight's Monday. Say I'll stream Monday night because I'm off tomorrow. But yeah, Tuesday night. Tomorrow night I'll probably, or late tonight I'll probably get on a little bit, stream for at least another hour. Hopefully during the day I can get a little bit more streaming in. We'll see. Only time will tell. But I love you guys. A big Team Zophar and power up. Iron Man and gaming for life. Team Triple Topper and Team Happy. Good night.